Hey guys, welcome to DevOpsSchool. These days, everything is happening in the cloud. Cloud computing is a big shift from traditional way businesses think about IT resources, and Amazon Web Services is the world's broadly adopted cloud platform. So today, we are going to learn about AWS.
But before that, let me ask you a few things. Are you dreaming of a career with higher pay and more responsibilities? Or are you ready to take your skills to the next level this year? Then start investing in DevOpsSchool certification level courses, which will help you to emerge skills for a wide range of entry level roles and as well as higher potential future positions. But with thousands of courses online and in classroom worldwide, finding the right one for your career goals can be difficult. You can consider our courses like Agile Developer, Agile QA, DevOps Certified Professionals, Site Reliability Engineering, DevSecOps, and Masters in DevOps Engineering, where you will have access to well-structured, easy-to-follow course content that has been developed and will be delivered by industry professionals. You can join on our training programs globally through online platforms, and if you are looking for classroom workshops, then we have regular sessions available in Bangalore, Hyderabad, Chennai, Delhi NCR, Mumbai, and in Pune. Simply compare our many courses, find the one that suits your style and schedule best, and start today.
Just go with the flow, become comfortable, slowly, automatically you get used to it. Okay, because 150 more than options are there, and each one of these options has certain significance, and some of these options are dependent on other services also. So don't worry about that, just go in the flow, the one which I am doing. And here I selected image. Now here you see quick start, which is given by AWS. If you want to buy something from the marketplace, you can buy this. Here you see that so many AMIs you can buy from the marketplace. Look at this here, different products. These images you can buy. You can get it from the community AMIs also. See that in Mumbai region, almost 90,000 community images you have. You have my images also, so I have few images here, and quick start. So I'll go with the quick starts, and typically go for the Ubuntu. If you want RHL also, CentOS also, you have everything. This is Ubuntu. This is ARM architecture. This is x60. Of course, always x60 because we all are using. And second step, choose a RAM. Now mind it here, if you have a 12 months of trial period, only this type is free for you. Mind it. It says free tier eligible. So if you go for any other type, you'll have to pay for it. For me, nothing is free. Why? Because this is almost 8 years, 9 years old account. So it's like that. So here you have to select that type. Now you will say, Rajesh, okay, what is a T2 means? It's a coding to identify the CPU and RAM. So there's some family, some type which is very optimized for processing RAM. Some of these families are optimized for CPU. Some of the families optimized for high IOPS, input storage. So it depends on that. It's a pretty long list, more than 200 types you have it. Again, depends on the requirement. You may go ahead, but don't worry about that right now. Just go with one of this which is available on top, and select the one CPU, one RAM. I mean, it's not higher, 1 GB RAM. And next. Now here, many options you will have it. Now I'm asking you to ignore it for time. Only remember this one. How many instances you want? So I want only one, or 1,000. Only one is okay. Now many options you have here. All these are belongs to the different services linking here. So I just want you to ignore it because it's automatically set default by AWS. So don't need to worry about it. But once you cover the networking concept, then probably this will be making sense for you. Again, type of instance, like we have a reserved spot, this, that, and so all this will make sense to you. All this placement group, domain related services, shutdown behavior, all this thing is not making any sense for time being till you when you're starting. But again, you become a pro and you will have a specification for the projects and all, then you will need this. So add storage here, size, how much? 8 GB per. Okay, you can buy more. By the way, if you have a free tier eligible, 30 GB is free. Up to the 30 GB is free. And the next, name it. This is a Linux demo. And security groups. Mind it, guys. Here, security groups, I said, is an external firewall. I repeat, It's external firewall. Now you'll say, Rajesh, what you are talking about, external firewall, internal firewall? Just give me a few more minutes, I'll explain it. By the way, this is external firewall. So here you have I'm going to create it. I'm going to create it for Linux demo, or let's say I'll make it for the demo session. This is I'm using it right now. Okay, and description. Now by default, because it's a Linux, automatically say, hey, I'm opening 22 port for you. So 22 port means what? Anyone? Which is for use for what? What reason? Anyone? Yeah. So guys, hardcore this Linux you access through SSH, Windows you access through protocol RDP. So remember that's the default port. SSH 22 is the default port, and RDP is see, I also forgot by the way. IDP is 3 something like that. Windows RDP port, and that is 3389. Okay, so you have to remember all this thing because you are accessing you are having machine somewhere else, not in your laptop. So mind it. So done. Review, launch. Now here, guys, this is important. So here they are asking, hey, how can you access this Linux machine or Windows machine? For that, both you need to create or you need to select the existing one, key pair. Key pair means what? Key pair means public key and private key. So they will give you the private key and AWS will keep public key. I repeat, the moment you create a key pair, key pair, AWS will give it to you the private key, and they will keep the public key. When the public key and private key match, the access happen, authentications happen to the machines. So remember that. So here I'm creating it. The type is RSA, that's a popular one. And here I will not allow till I download, because I told you, right, they give you the private key, because private key is the one which enable you to access it, and launch. That's all. So now guys, this is the key. I got this here. I am going to store here in this one directory, so it'll be easy for you to understand. So this key is important. Without this key, you cannot access. This is a private key. So this is a PM format. Private key can be also PPK format also. Okay. So this is the one. Now I think I got an instance, and okay, this one here, and view instance. See here, go to the dashboard, see that here, and this is the Linux name. I got this. That's all. So getting an instance is so simple. Now I'll create one Windows machines also, because I need it for the demo. And here I'll go for this is the 19 base. Okay, select. Now CPU little bit more you need it, so I'll go for one CPU, 2 GB RAM, because Windows consume lots of resources, right? And only one machines. 30 GB hard disk minimum is required, and this is a name, and you can add as many tags you wanted, but right now Windows demo, and configure security group. I'm selecting this time existing one. Okay, so here which one I created, I forgot. Anyone remember that? Anyone remember that? I think demo session, it was it?
Yeah.
Demo session, and then review security groups. Now they're saying, hey, you are selecting the security group, but for Windows machine, and but you have not opened this port. I will not open the port, later on I'll try. Continue, launch. I will use the existing one. So this is the demo session, and launch. So guys, here demo session, yes. So security group name is also demo session, key is name also demo session. Now I got I'll search for demo. You can search, filter, lots of things you can try. Still three, still three, still three, now 4. You see here. So this is the one and this is the one. So guys, this is the way you can create a VMs, and now I'll teach you to access it and start using it. But did you understand that? Any questions, any doubts? Any questions?
Not right.
Okay, now the question is, how do we access it? So guys, here you should check this out. Here you got the 2 IP address. Now I'm lost which one to use it. One is a public IP address, this is a pub, and this is a private IP address. So the problem is how to use it. Guys, it's very simple way. Let's understand that. This is your home. Okay, think simple. Always think simple. This is your home, and this is your one laptop. This is your one laptop. Now, this laptop, you got a IP address because of home network, LAN, router. This machine also, you got IP address. Now, my questions to you is, can't you access, because both the laptop in the same network, can't you access from here to here and here to here? Tell me. Possible, right? Possible, right? All of you? Hello? I'm audible?
Yes, Raj.
Yes, it will watch.
Yeah. So you have a home, you are inside a home, you have a 2 laptop. Yes, you can ping another machines also. You can ping. This machine can ping here, this machine can ping here. You can access here, they can access you very well without any problem. But there is one guy outside, and this is you somewhere in home. Now you convert this one as a AWS. In AWS, you have a 2 machines. I created one Windows and one Linux. Now this guy is somewhere sitting in Bangalore and want to access it. So how do you access it? You are not in that network. How do you access it? So guys, this IP address, please simple thing. This IP address which is got running in the AWS, that's called private IP address. I repeat, that's a private IP address. This is one. It's a real IP address, by the way. This is the real IP address. This will not change. If you destroy, that's a different thing, but if you stop and start, it will not change. So anyone can access from, let's say I have a one Windows and one Linux and one network which is created by AWS by default. I have not discussed, I'll discuss a little bit later. So that means Linux can access, Windows can access, but using the private IP address, which is a real IP address. But guys, the problem is I am sitting somewhere in Bangalore. How do I access this EC2 instance? How do I access these virtual machines? So what AWS has given, they said, hey, don't worry about that. I will give you one free IP address. This is the free IP address at a DNS level. And the moment you hit at this one, which is accessible by you, I will transfer this traffic to this particular machines, or I'll give you one more and transfer to this one. Did you understand that? This is called routing, code forwarding. All of you understood that?
Yes.
So now you understood why we have a 2 IP address. One is, this one is real for that internal network. This is given free of cost by AWS to you, so you can use it. This IP address, the moment you stop the instance and restart it, this IP address will change. This will not change. If you want this IP address, the public IP address, to be permanent, you have to buy this elastic IP address. But remember that AWS do not charge public IP address when instance is running. AWS do not charge public IP address when instance is running, but when it's not running and you have blocked this address, then you'll have to pay for it. So now what I got it basically, for each instance, which is Linux, one public IP address, one private one public IP address, one private IP address. For the Windows also, one public IP address, one private IP address. Are public IP address is free, but the moment I stop and restart, this will change. Restart will not change. Stop and start will change. But if you think, okay, I want to block this IP address forever, then you have to buy it. So you can, there's one service which is here, you see Elastic IPs. This is the same public IP address, you can buy it and a link to it. Okay, so if you see that I have one instance, let me show you here. Learner, nope, holiday landmark, see here. So this is the bot address. You can see, go here, Elastic IP address, and this is the 15 inches bot and attached to the one of the instance. So you can buy this address and get it, but it will not be charged as long as it's running. The moment you stop the resources, EC2 instance, it will start charging. So guys, this is the two address. So of course, which address you want to use it? I'm going to use public address. You know that very simple. Why? Because I'm not inside the AWS data centers network. I'm outside somewhere in Bangalore. So I have to use this public IP address. Now, so what is the username? So guys, username, how do I get it? So guys, AMI itself will give you the username details. But let's say if you don't know, then don't need to worry about, just click on it here. Okay, and here click on a connect, and here if you see this SSH client, here you see this Ubuntu username. This is the same command which I am going to use it for accessing the LAN extensions. So this is the key username. This is the DNS public IP address. You can use the IP address, this one also, no problem. DNS. So now you must be wondering how, from where you got the DNS actually. So this DNS you got it from from Linux demo. See here, public DNS. This comes with the IP address, the whatever you set it. Whatever AWS set it up, they create a DNS entries for it. So you can reach to the DNS entries also. If you want, you can reach to that machine using the public IP address also. All of you are clear with this, right? All of you?
Yes.
Okay, now the question is, how do I log in? So guys, let's say, let me tell you here, if you want SSH command line, you need PM file. If you want SSH using PuTTY, then you need a PPK file. Okay, now the question is, how to generate a PM to PPK? So there's a generation of PM to PPK. Many utilities are there in the Google, but use the PuTTY, which is very easy. Okay, PuTTY. Okay, so I must share with you some blogs and stuff like that for this. So you go for PuTTY, and here, see here, this will help you. So it has a screenshot also, how to download PuTTY, generator keys and all stuff. Okay, so you can try this one also. Okay, so but right now I'm using the SSH using PM, so don't need to convert PPK. If you are using PuTTY, then you need a PPK. Mind it. So here I'll click on here. I use a bash for SSH, and finally, and in the same directory you have this one. That's all. Key is in the same directory. Yes. And guys, you logged into the box and do whatever you want. Do whatever you want. You want to become a root and do something, you can. Make sense, guys, all of you?
Yeah.
All of you?
Yes.
Any questions so far? Hello.
No questions.
Okay. Now I am going to access the Windows machines also, but there is a problem. Windows machines, you need, keys will not work. You need a password for it. So Windows machines, where is this? Windows machines. This is the one. So how do you get a password? How do you get a password? How do you get a password?
Use connect to that Windows machine and there is option.
Wonderful. Yes. Connect. See, one more thing, I'm not hitting each and every URL, because again, understand the limitation of time, but at least fear will go away. Let's say you can go here and check that. So many options are there. Stop. I think you can make it out of it. I don't need to show you. Start, reboot, hibernate, terminate. Terminate means gone. Okay. Actions. You have few actions. Hundreds of actions you have actually. So again, you can just go ahead and slowly get comfortable. Okay. And these all are some of the option advanced options. So right now, I don't know how do I get a password. So I'll ask connection. So where is that Windows machine? Just a second. So here, Windows demo, and click on connect. Now, you know what? I did created a Windows machine. Why early? Because it takes 4 minutes to 5 minutes to boot it up. That's the reason I created and left it. But if you create a Windows machines and then you try to come here and try to get a password, which is RDP client, then you will be say, hey, wait, we cannot generate a password for you. Wait for a few minutes. So here, you see that here again. If you're learning, guys, please, I request you to read it. Many people don't read it because even when I started AWS, I read all these lines. So the moment you read it, maybe you don't have to read every day, but it's just a one-time activity. Here you can download this RDP also, and here you can get a password also. This is the DNS, username, administrator, password. This will be activated only after 5 minutes and 4 minutes. And locate the password, locate the key to generate a password. So I have a key somewhere here and decrypt the password. Now this is your password, Windows password, and this is the username, administrator, and this is the password, which you can see that. Now what do we do in this case? So I got the password for Windows. I click on again, I'm doing a mistake, same. So click on this, get a public IP address. You can use a private IP address if you are in that network, but I'm not. I'm somewhere in Bangalore. So what to do? So here, MSTSC, which is a remote desktop connections, give the IP address or DNS and see that. Now, if you see that here, I'm not able to access it. Why? Anyone have a clue why I'm not able to access?
You have not opened RDP port.
Yes, and but where?
In that security group.
Yes, security group. So remember, guys, I said, hey, there is a security group, and I said it's external firewall. What does that mean? So let me tell you guys, there is very simple thing. You know that. Nothing I'm teaching you something different. You know that. This is a AWS. This is the two machines. This is me. Okay. Now you know that. Every operating system there is an inbuilt firewall, and that I don't need to teach you because you know that. Right? In Linux also, you have an inbuilt firewall. In Windows also, you have an inbuilt firewall. Okay, mind it. So the question is, this firewall, the one which I'm showing you, security groups. Where is the security groups? I'll go to the dashboard. I'll click on the security groups, and I will locate mine demo sessions. By the way, this is the odd way. Many ways you can transit. Click on it here. Go to the click on this. Click on security, and here also you can take it up. So multiple ways you can go to the same page. No problem. So you have internal security group. Firewall. But you know what? That IP address also label AWS add this one security group firewall. So see here, this security group is helpful from outside of the world, but this security group will help you to get for this one also and from this one also. Are you understanding, all of you? All of you?
Yes.
Yeah. So where to get a security group? I don't think so I should teach you, but I think just type firewall and see here. Firewall services. Every Windows or Linux, firewall D is the Linux services in Linux. Yeah. So security group, this is for external one. So can I go ahead, because I'm trying from outside. I'm trying from outside. I need to do that. So then you'll ask Rajesh, okay, what about that? Are you going to modify the Windows inbuilt security also, security group? So basically, you know, AMIs, all this AMI which is recommended in quick start is already disabled. So you don't have to worry about it. Yeah, this is already disabling AMIs. So don't need to worry about. But if you customize the AMI, then again you have to customize yourself. Okay, so now I will go ahead and security groups, and here it is. And I must tell you one thing, guys, the UI is pathetic. I don't enjoy. Why? Because it's like that. You can't do anything. Most of the time it's like working with the command line like a Terraform and stuff like that is more easier. Okay, so this is a security group. I don't know how many of you are comfortable looking at this way, but this is go here and click on security group. I click on this is a security group, and this is inbound, outbound. Outbound means from the machine who should be connecting to, and which is always all. Outbound all, you see here all traffic. But inbound you have to like from outside who's coming in, who wants to come, who should be allowed to come. So here I allowed SSH, but I'm going to create one more, and that's called RDP. Automatically the port has been taken from everywhere. Now let's say, hey, no, I want this Windows machine to be accessible only from your laptop. Then you can give your IP address, my IP. This is my IP address. Now you must be thinking, how come you got this IP address? Did you get an IP address also? Anyone have idea? Anyone have idea? So this IP address, you know, is a public IP address of internet connections. My IP, if you type in Google, they will tell you this is your IP address. This IP address IPv6, and this is IP4. My IP. I think this is. I don't have a IPv4, but this is the one. Why? Because I'm connected through my dongle, so that's the problem. Okay, so this is your IP address basically. So you can do that also. So many entries are there. I don't want to complicate for time being, but I'm saying this one and save groups. There's a save groups. Done. I modify the security group outside one, and now can I do this? See. So I could do that because internal firewall is disabled for that AMIs. It was not active. So, and administrator and password. Yes. And now guys, you got into the Windows machine and do whatever you want. I don't have to teach you what you want inside. Make sense, all of you? All of you?
Yes.
Okay, let's move on. So guys, this is the compute services which I talked about. One of the services. Now I'll get into the storage. Guys, look at my screen, it's very important. Now, storage in AWS, there's so many types of storage we have. So many types of storage. One is like block storage. One is object storage. One is network storage. Another one database type storage, and many more. Okay. Now my focus is today block and object. So block storage means what? I'll put it in a simple way. Your laptop storage is block storage. Yes. Anything you store in the laptop, that's a block storage. So same way, we have a block storage available, options available on AWS. Object storage means what? I'll put it in simple way. Google Drive, you might have used it, right? All of you?
Yeah.
So that's the object storage. So you see that, you find out. Tell me one thing. If any files is stored in your laptop, can I access through HTTP? No. But any files which is stored in your Google Drive, can I access through HTTP? Yes. Right? So Google Drive, the file object storage file, you want to store it, you want to access it, you need HTTP web browser. For block storage, you don't need it. It's required that to be added in the instance level.
Along with that, you can access our other tutorials such as Docker, Ansible, Jenkins, Terraform, Splunk, AWS, Azure, and various other DevOps related premium tutorials with our channel membership. If you would have any issues with our channel membership, you can drop an email to us at contact@devopsschool.com, or you can also unsubscribe from channel membership anytime if you don't want to continue or did not like the video. To get our channel membership, click onto the join button, select the $399 plan and grow your skills immensely.
Please be kind enough to like it, and you can comment any of your doubts and queries. We will reply to them at the earliest.
Thanks for watching.
Hello everyone, if you would like to access the remaining videos of this playlist of 50 plus more tools which are coming under DevOps, DevSecOps, SRE, DataOps, GitOps, etc. Kindly become our channel members by clicking on the joining button. You would have access to 100s of playlists and 1000s of videos lifetime access with this membership. Enjoy.